Hey folks, welcome back from the holiday thing. Yes, which we're so late into January now that holiday is kind of like whatever. Um,
Yeah, what
so
holiday?
okay, here's your
Right.
thinking. Here's your thinking question of the night. So on your right, that's Cindy. On your left is Beth. I'm in the middle. Jennifer not feeling well tonight. I don't know. She'll be in the audience. Doesn't feel well. So say a prayer for Jennifer. Just struggling with her migraine stuff. Um, so here's your thinking question tonight. Oops, we lost Beth.
Uh-oh.
Oh no,
Hey,
Beth, come
Kendra.
back. Here comes Beth back. It's always exciting when she comes back. There's
Sorry,
Beth. Hi,
pushed the wrong
Beth.
button.
Oh,
Push the wrong button.
That's so you knew it was going to happen.
I'm just glad it wasn't me. So here's your
Hmm.
thinking question of the night. How far into January do we have to go before you're not obligated to say Happy New Year to people?
I don't know.
See? How far? Okay, there's your thinker. Seems like there should be a national date that, that is,
I always just figure if I hadn't seen him yet, I wish him a happy new year. And then after that, it's,
but
Right.
then how far? Right?
well, right.
If it's the 28th of January and you haven't seen them, do we still do the Happy New Year?
Uh,
I'm just asking the question. Susan
Probably. I
Susan
would.
says happy birthday right there, or Happy New Year and happy birthday. Susan's got it all working.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't find my little sheet of wonderful
Okay. So Susan says till June. And then Sassy
June.
Jack, Kim says yesterday.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
You guys are funny.
I tend to do it
Hmm.
on New Year's Day and the day after, and then that's it.
And then you're done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Can you? Okay.
Can I what?
Can you not find your chart?
I can't find my sheet with all my notes. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back.
Okay. All right. All right. Oh, good. So, Sandy, you have the beloved chart and the fabric. And then awaiting Vicky. Yeah, Vicky's running a little behind. I think she got sick or got behind because of the holidays. So, yeah. And then, I don't know, everything's running late here. I ordered a book for my son and it went to Chicago and then it went to Des Moines. So, I think next it goes to Milan and then it'll come here. We
Got it.
didn't see it today.
It was on the printer. So I'm sorry.
Oh,
And
good.
I interrupted. I said talk amongst yourselves, and I interrupted
No,
it. Sorry.
no, that's fine.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
At least it stayed in this country. I saw
Yes, in
somebody
my
post
books.
something the other day that said that their package was running around in the US and then it went to England or someplace. It was totally out of the country.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
That's not good. That's
Yeah.
not good.
No,
Uh huh. Yeah, I don't
not
know.
at all.
That's the thing with these track. You can track everything now. They may have been sending stuff all over the place forever, but we just didn't know. And now we
Didn't
can,
know it.
from the minute it goes to out the door to gets to here, you know. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And yeah, and I wouldn't have cared except I had delivered some to my other son and he has gotten them
Oh.
and we haven't gotten this one book and I'm like, okay, maybe they lost the order. Let's do a quick check. Yeah.
Oh, here. Inez says the 7th is what Google says. Now, of course, who'd have thought to look it up on Google, but Inez did.
Well,
Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
7th. Now, Sandy, through the 12 days of Christmas. Now, that makes some sense there.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The 7th. Oh, Vanessa.
Yeah.
from Running with Needles and Scissors. We did a show with her early December, I think it was.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, I
we're
think
starting
so.
that. Okay, but we'll get to that. All right, let's get the stuff out of the way first here. So Sunday's guest is Hannah Crump from Juniper Forest Embroidery. So
Oh,
yeah, from the UK.
Yeah, very
I
neat
like that.
stuff there.
Yeah,
Yeah, look at that.
Oh, cool.
she's a lot of nature oriented, obviously, and
Mm.
health type thing, and
Oh,
this
yeah.
is goddess of something I forget, but
Mm.
I can't remember.
beautiful work. And so really fun talking with her. And then she also has a show on BBC on the Make It at Market show. And that's coming up in the spring. Make It at Market. So if you have access to that, watch for that. It's where they take um, uh, small business people, entrepreneurs, and then put them with a mentor and help them get their business going or help them elevate their business. And
Oh,
her story, I'll just tell a little bit. Uh, she says she's a really anxious person, really nervous about things to the point where I'd sent 2 or 3 emails to her asking if she'd do a show, and she couldn't even bring herself to respond to me. She just couldn't do
oh,
it. And then as a result of this show, they helped her kind of break out of her shell and
oh,
start to grow her
nice.
business. And then she said it actually gave her enough confidence to, I don't know why my camera keeps doing that, to contact me and do a show.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
it's
nice.
it's an interesting story about that. And then there's a TV show with her, and they what is it? They give them a set of things to do and goals, and then they go away
Right.
for X weeks. I forget what it was, and then come back and do the show.
Right.
So fascinating. So Make It at Market. It's on BBC. So if you have access to that, you probably know about the show. But they do it with all kinds of artisans, basically. Um,
Right.
yeah,
It helps them get their business off the ground and show them, you know, give them challenges and sound like a fun show to watch.
yeah,
Yeah.
And she was fascinating, and she was a fascinating person. And she was,
hmm
and her art was beautiful.
yeah, yeah. But and it was another example of needlework helping people mentally and emotionally to
Mhm.
stabilize and move forward.
Yeah.
Right.
And so yeah, just a wonderful lady. I I asked her if we might. I'm really sorry about my camera. I don't know what it's doing here. Keeps going in and out. I asked her if after the show comes out, if she might be able to get her hands on um, a copy of it, or we might be able to run it, and then we get her on live and have her give commentary.
Oh,
Oh,
that would
that'd
be
And
be cool.
fun.
yeah, I thought that would be fun. She said they're really strict, so probably not. But then she mentioned
Mhm.
something about happy to do a follow-up show with just the video. So I wrote back
Oh.
and said, all right, now we got to explore this because if we could do that, that would be really cool.
Mm-hmm.
What were your? Because they were doing it in a greenhouse, and she was what was it? It was in a greenhouse, right? And they were dying from
Yes.
heat. And I'd just love to hear her have the show running and then talking about it. It'd just be great.
Right.
So
Yeah.
maybe we'll get lucky, but it won't be for several months because this thing isn't coming out till spring. So it was supposed to be this month, like within a couple weeks, which is why we did
Yeah.
all this, and then they moved it. So anyway, Hannah Crump, Juniper Forest Embroidery, fascinating individual.
Right. Go follow her on Instagram.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And then next Sunday, returning, it was in 2020, Nicola Jarvis. It was
Oh,
back in 2020. We talked to Nicola Jarvis from the UK. Well, she has a
Yeah.
book coming out. She did with Inspiration. She has actually two ones out now. Ooh, ooh,
Oh,
yeah,
beautiful. Oh
yeah,
my.
hmm yeah. I don't have any pictures,
And,
but Yeah, yeah. So we're talking to her in the morning, and so in 2 weeks, oh man, that book, yeah, you're gonna want it. So and it's typical. We have PDFs, stamped proof thing that we could read, but it's I'm buying it. I'm just buying it.
Yeah.
Kim will be ordering.
Yeah. Yes, we will
But
be. Yeah. Yeah.
You got to
but
have the hard copy.
yeah, oh you
Oh,
bet.
oh no, yeah. I mean, well, inspirations,
Oh
beautiful
yeah.
books
Well,
anyway. And
right.
then her artwork, which is beautiful. And
Mm-hmm.
so to have a book of it, which you can go back and refer to, yeah,
Yeah.
well, what can I
And
say?
and classic inspirations, design and photography and
Right.
instructions and all the things. So so that'll be in 2 weeks. We'll have uh, Nicola Jarvis back, and I didn't realize it'd been 4 years, but then this is our 8th year. I looked it
Oh
up. This
my
is our this.
word.
Can you believe that? We're starting our 8th year. 8 years ago
Wow.
today in January, we did the first one with Debbie Rowley. So we're starting our 8th year. I couldn't believe it. I don't pay attention. It just goes by. But
Right.
Yeah.
8 years, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I hate to say this, she's got a new design out. Debbie Rowley does.
Oh,
Yes,
she
she
does?
Tri-
does. Yeah.
Tribute.
Tribute.
Hmm. Look at the
Yes.
Shining Needle Society.
All right.
Which is very bad, again,
Yes.
very tempting. And it's a beautiful piece. I love the colors in it.
Hmm.
It's very pretty.
Okay.
So there you go.
Right there. Yeah, right there. Yeah.
Just what you
So,
needed. Temptation.
yeah. So that's the next 2 weeks coming up. Oh, we got to do the drawing. We got to do the drawing. So, so if there are new people, I always got to explain in case there are new people. Drawings. Come on, camera, behave. What? It's never done this. Look at that. I'm
I
gonna get
know.
drunk.
It's
I'm gonna
like,
get drunk just watching me.
that's what I was thinking.
Uh, drawings are for people who do the live show only because we do the drawing right after the show, and when do you quit taking entries? So it's during the live show only, and you I forgot to put the thing up there. I've been sitting here stitching for the last 2 hours
Instead of getting ready.
instead of doing this on the fly, but uh, just a second. What an idiot.
Okay. And Deb just said
There we go.
something weird. She said, I can see you now. I wonder if she's having issues, though, at her end.
Oh, that could be.
Because snow. Can everyone else see us and hear us?
Yeah. Nobody else has said
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
No. But she must
Are
have
we
had
just,
a problem because she said, assuming they are having issues going live.
Nope. And everything's in order here except my camera.
okay.
I don't know.
And I can't text her because we're
Yeah.
recording on my phone.
Rebecca says yes. Don't know what that means.
Okay, good.
Oh, can you show what you're working on? Yeah, okay, we can do that. All right, let me get the drawing out of the way. So you send an email during the show. It's at the bottom there now, Gary at wetalkfiber.com. And there are 2 drawings tonight. So in the first drawing, if you want to be in the first drawing, in the subject line you put the word Avlia, nothing else, just Avlia. And in the body of the email you put your name and address. Please put that because it's really hard to send stuff to people without name and address. And then you send an email, and you can enter one, the other, or both of these drawings. One is counted canvas work, and the other is cross stitch. So you can do one, the other, or both. Just one entry per. So we've got 3 charts from Krista West at the Avlia. And by the way, Krista West, you can get these from Krista at Avlia Folk Embroidery, and Kim carries her kits. So Sassy Jacks. So if you want to get charts and kits, Avlia charts and kits from Sassy Jacks, along with other things, Kim has them. So you don't have to go to just to Avlia. Crystal will be happy no matter where you buy it. But Kim can help you out there too. So Tuscan Bergamot, these are just the charts now, no kits, so just the chart. Tuscan Bergamot, Clara's Garden,
Oh, that one's pretty.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and Oak Park Diamonds, very formal.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
So 3 people, if you send an email with Avlia in the subject line and your address, 3 people will win one each of those charts. So that's that. And then if you do, these are from Marcy Brown. If you send another email and put counted as the subject line and your address in the body of the thing, then we have these 3 counted canvas pieces. One is pine trees.
Oh,
The other is, this was from, presented by the American Needlepoint Guild. This must have been, 1998. So this is just kind of interesting. It looks like it was a study in
Yeah.
color, because on the back they have the color wheel and placement and stuff. So it looks like it was an educational piece for color,
Mm-hmm.
but a fun thing here. So that chart, and sorry about my camera. I'm going to have to obviously do something about that after the show or next week because it's not right. This one barely got into the drawing because I almost kept it.
ooh.
Oh, that's pretty.
Yeah, that one's called Christmas Party Hop, but yeah, that almost kept that one. Mm-hmm.
What are the stitches in it? Is it just
Well, Beth, give me just
I'm
a
sorry.
second.
I thought you could see by the front, and I just couldn't tell from my image.
Well, now you see you got me curious, so now we got it done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Curiosity killed the cat.
Slanted Gobelin, crossed reverse Scotch, Norwich.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that would be fun to do.
So
Yeah.
and I don't. So those are the stitches there.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Nothing too complicated, but it gives it a lot. It'd be fun to stitch.
Yeah, that's a beaut. Like I said,
Mm-hmm.
it almost didn't get into
Yeah.
the drawing. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And a
Mm-hmm.
small one on 18 count canvas, 4x4 inches.
Oh, very
Yeah.
doable.
Oh, yeah.
Now it says Sullivan's or DMC number 5 pearl cotton. So, this is that would be a simple one to do. So if you've never done counted canvas work and you win this, take a stab at it. You'll have fun.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the 3 for counted. Send your emails. Do it right away so you don't forget. I'll remind you at the end of the evening, and we'll leave the thing on the bottom of the screen there now that I have it there and everything's organized, like it should have been an hour ago.
You were
Those are
distracted.
drawings. Those are the drawings. Yeah, well, I wasn't that distracted. Get my act together.
Oh, you were stitching. You were distracted.
I was.
Yeah.
So, okay, so Beloved. So this we did this.
Oh.
We did this with Running with Needles and Scissors, and she has a whole bunch of samplers, but this one just jumped out. I mean, this is just
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yes. Where's mine?
Yeah.
Oh.
So, it's immediately ordered.
Mm-hmm.
And you can get them from her. You can get the chart from her, and she just sells the charts, though. And then Kim can help you with threads and
And fabric.
fabric, yeah. But it's
Yeah.
she specs it. She specs it for DMC.
And a Versoix. Right?
Anchor.
Anchor. Oh, okay. You're right. No silk. You're right. No silk.
No silk. So she specs it with DMC and Anchor. And so then,
On what count?
Hmm?
On what count?
Yes, 30. I'm 40 count, which is what I'm doing. 40 count. It's 11 by 12.6 inches, so 11 by 12 and a half. 46 count, 9.7 by 11.2. 32 count, 14 by 16, basically. And it's all
Yeah.
cross. It's all cross except for these blue diamonds here, which are satin.
Nope, you're wrong.
I'm
They're
wrong.
eyelets too.
Oh,
There's eyelets too.
Yeah, eyelets in the alphabet there.
Eyelets.
Yes.
And I like eyelets.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
So we got it. So you can do that, and then Kim will help you kit to get you linen or Ada or whatever you need. Silk, MPI silk. If you're going to go silk, I would recommend NPI. Kim has all that. And then Beth and I are using Vicki Clayton silks.
Yeah. And he put his on a floss rings, and I have mine. I don't tip them out.
Oh, we're taking bets. When do they all fall?
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, they're beautiful.
Yeah, Vicky's
The threads are
silks all
gorgeous.
come on spools. These little spools. So either way, Kim can help you out and get you your linen and get you all fixed up. But you got to get the chart from Running with Needles and Scissors .com, runningwithneedlesandscissors.com, and we did the show. It was early December, so that's what we're starting on.
Yeah.
That's me. I just started the top there. That's what I'm doing. What?
Oh, sure. Yeah, you've got some stitching in. All I've done is
Well,
see. I'm doing.
I did that in lieu of getting ready to do this show.
And all I did
Here,
was.
let me go all Beth here.
Here's mine. And all I did was I wanted to make sure my threads would work on my fabric because I chose something different. I think this is Catacombs by Stitch Me, 46 count.
Here's a picture Beth sent of her test. So
I like that.
Yours is 46 count?
Yes. The silk works beautifully in it. That's what I really wanted to test to make sure that it would work on that fabric, that I wasn't going to have to move to a 40 count.
Mm-hmm.
And no problems. Look at that coverage.
I thought this
and
was
the colors
interesting.
look fine.
I thought this was an interesting exercise in testing all your threads on especially when you have an overdyed linen like this.
Mm-hmm. And I figured, like some of the ones I was showing it to my son, and he said, yeah, a couple of those colors, they kind of disappear depending on the light. And I'm a little worried, like there's pink flowers on there, and so that would be.
So right here.
I think it's. No. I think it's over there. Yeah, one of those might disappear because it's right at the edge, depending on where it hits on the fabric. But I thought, what's the worst come to worst? I have to go around and do a little outline of it. Do a little back stitch.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Well, and it just depends on where it falls too. If it's surrounded by other colors, it won't matter.
Right. And so it is. There's some really, really light pink flowers that hit the edge of the fabric, and it just depends on where it falls to on the fabric. So if it's on the really dark part, it'll show, but if it's on a lighter section, it won't.
Yeah.
So, but we'll see how it goes.
I thought this was just an excellent exercise to test, because here, hold yours up again now, and you just did that down in the margin basically.
Right. I just all the way at the bottom, because I think I'm going to bottom start this one. I don't normally start at the top, but I don't want to be I know I can make anything work at the top. With the alphabet, I can change colors if I need to.
Yeah.
But I need to make sure those flowers show up.
Mm-hmm. But
So,
now
and I think they'll end up here.
you didn't even anchor those. You just all those
No,
tails are just quick and dirty then.
Yeah, and I started with a little knot just so it didn't pull out while I was stitching, and I could just go because no one's going to care. It's
Right.
that's going to be used in the framing edge. It does not matter.
Yeah.
In
Right.
fact, I could probably even move the whole thing up to. I gave it like a 2-inch margin. I think that's how much wide I cut it, but I think I might move it up to 3 inches with 2.5 on the side,
Mm-hmm.
and then 3 inches high to make sure that's not going to be a problem because I have plenty of length. And then Gary always serges the edges. You know how he serges the edges of his. I see how mine is so nice and non-serged and loose, and if you look real close, it's not ironed very neatly. So Gary is so particular, and then I'm just like, oh, let's stitch.
Right.
Who cares?
Let's see.
Is it going to really matter? Look at his.
To me,
Drum tight.
To me, it matters
Drum
a lot.
tight.
Yeah.
And serged.
Yeah.
And mine is just like.
Yep. Yeah. That's what it is. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's how it goes. Yep.
Yeah. I had to laugh because I didn't really look at mine until I pulled it out again this afternoon to get ready, and I was like, oh, look how tacky that is. Oh well.
Oh well. Yeah.
That's how it is.
I know a lot of people when I describe how I go about it just roll their eyes like you're crazy, but that's the way
What scroll? Oh, okay. My scroll rods are a pair of Kay's Creation scroll rods. Is that what you're asking? Inherited? Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, mine are some. Yeah, and yeah, I don't have them super tight. I mean, they are what they are.
You said you don't have them super tight.
Nope.
What? And then you cut out.
Oh, I didn't. Inherited asked about my scroll rods. They're K Creations, but I haven't. It's not super tight because I'm not stitching on this tonight. I need to have it closer to my face to see the stitching.
Okay. Center started in hand, coffee dyed my own. Oh, so Kendra did.
Oh, nice.
Oh, you're starting in the center. Ooh, that's she's going right to the birds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
It's the way to go.
I'm saving the birds.
Yeah.
She's going right to them.
See, and I'm gonna do that bottom border.
Come on, camera.
And then move right up to those leaves and start working towards those birds.
Top left for me.
Yeah. No, because I like doing alphabet, so I know I'll get to that. So.
Well, and I hate alphabets, so I'm getting them over with.
Yeah.
I'm getting them over with. So that's beloved. Running with needles and scissors. Order the chart, and then Kim can help you get kitted up. Just give her a call, send her an email, whatever, and she can fix you up.
Right.
Tea bags and coffee grounds to dye Ada many times. I'm fascinated by that. It seems messy to me, but not really, huh?
Not really. I mean,
Beth says I got cloth soaking in snow and dye right now. Nothing's messy.
You're right. No. In fact, I rinsed my blue out and ironed it, but it didn't come out as dark as I'd hoped. So I was kind of sad.
Okay, this is snow dye that Beth is doing. So what is it?
Yeah.
You put the dye in the cloth and pack it in snow. Or how does it go?
No, you soak it in soda ash. Actually, and you've got to make sure your fabric has been washed or is prepared for dyeing. Then you soak it in soda ash.
That is dyeing that like it's going to get color, not it's going to croak.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. And so this was a piece of mystery fabric. I think it's muslin. Anyway, it didn't take the dye as well as I had hoped. You can see I didn't even cut the edges straight. Can you see that? Oh, it's blowing out.
It's blown out. There you go.
It's,
Yeah, it didn't.
mm,
There,
anyway,
Now we get a sense. So you wanted it a much deeper blue then.
right. And so you put the ice in, and then you sprinkled the dry dye on top of it. And then this is Kona cotton. And I know, and it's prepared for dyeing. So it took it better, but it's still,
Not as deep
it's like
as you
some
wanted.
parts, no. But I left it because it's still a very nice neutrally color.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the
So
muslin had some polyester in it.
that could be. That could be. And it's still very nice. I still will use it for stuff because it's very, very light, grayish blue. So I
Okay.
love it. I
All
think it's
right,
pretty.
take me through this process. So because it's so cool that you use snow to make a cloth, to dye cloth. So you have your
Hmm.
cloth that you put in soda ash. You soak it in soda ash for whatever your process is. We don't need to
Right.
spend an hour on that right now. But then what do you do with the dye and the snow? How does that all come together?
Okay, so you take your cloth and you could either bunch it or crumple it, and you put the snow on top or your ice. Ice actually works better, we think, than the snow. But snow is cheap. You don't have to go buy a bag of ice. So, and then you sprinkle the dye. You don't really need more than an eighth to a quarter teaspoon of dye for a yard of fabric of
Whoa.
the dry powder, and it breaks up into I think it's the capillary action. So some of the particles are heavier. So most dyes have many colors in them. They're not just a single color unless you choose that. And for ice dyeing, you want something that has a lot of color in it. So it'll break up into the various colors and kind of spread. So here.
So you're basically doing like chromatography with snow onto.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
Isn't that fun? Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
And it's just and it's just a way to play. So I showed you a photo of this. I sent a photo of this. We were texting this afternoon, and this was ice dyed.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I have these right here. Okay, hang on.
It's upside. No, it's
Oh,
not upside down.
You just put that down. I'm going. Yeah. Okay, here.
Okay, so that fabric took. This is. It's not linen because it's not keeping the crunch. I don't think it might be linen. I think it's cotton. I think it's a cotton fabric, but it's old. It's an old napkin, and I just I threw it in. I think it was in a another piece of ice dyeing, and I just threw it in, and it looks. I love all the colors on it. It's got oranges and pinks and blues, and it was just the dye we used.
So there's the chromatography, the separation right there.
Mm-hmm,
Right.
mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, so you sprinkle the dye on the snow,
Right.
and it's in like a bucket or a pan or whatever, and it's in the house,
Right.
and then you just let the snow melt.
Right. Right. Because the dye needs to react to the fabric. It has to have some sort of heat. So to stay. So after it melts, you let it. That's why I said it. You need to let it sit for a little while so it totally absorbs into the fabric, and then you wash it and heat set it. But yeah, it's fun. You don't know what you're going to get each time. At least we never do. I can reproduce fabric if I want something pretty close. I have formulas. I can do it. But part of the fun is putting the dye in and trying, seeing what happens.
Right.
In fact, yeah. This piece of fabric, I thought, someone said, that is really ugly, Beth. But I thought, you know what? It'll look nice once it's got stitching on it.
Mm-hmm.
Once I put some stuff on top of it, it'll be fine.
Right.
And it's got lots of color to it, lots of texture.
Mm-hmm.
So it's fun.
What just the crapshoot of you don't know what you're going to get is to me is the fun.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's just crazy. That could go any number of ways.
Right. And so I used the red piece came out okay, but I sent a text to my friend and I said, "Hey, I'm not happy with this." She said, "Well, go out and go do it again. Add yellow and orange to it." And I was like, "Oh, she's right. I have yellow and orange in the basement." Rinsed it enough and then put it back in because I had to re-put it in soda ash because it does run out. And then it's now that's in the garage, and I'll move it into the laundry room where it's warmer. And then tomorrow morning I'll be ready to rinse it
Okay, all right. So
because we have plenty of snow.
yeah. But so that
Yeah,
was
we
another
do. Yeah.
that was another question. So you don't just bring it in the house and let it melt. You want a slow melt.
I do. I like it to
Okay.
slow melt, and I've even taken it when we've had a snowstorm overnight. Taken the fabric, put it in the bucket, and stuck the fabric in the bucket outside overnight. Let the snow come right on top of it. And then I got to go dig it out of the snow and then bring it
Wow.
in and put it into the laundry room and then I do it and then I dye
How
it.
wild.
I
Well,
know. And
I would imagine that the slower the ice melts, it allows more separation of the dye
right,
particles.
right.
Because
They
if
do
they dissolve right away, you won't get that separation.
right, and I think that's why like some people will go and buy. You guys, I don't know if this is nationwide. A Sonic. Sonic has a certain kind of ice cubes that are kind of circular, I think,
Mm.
and
Hmm.
people like to buy their ice for ice dyeing because of the way it separates and it almost is crystalline. And I don't have any piece. Well, do I have any pieces here? Because I was playing with my dyed fabric earlier this
Sonic, the
week.
preferred ice for fabric dyers. Buy some
Okay,
today.
here. Okay, well, this isn't quite. I ice dyed this and used like tie dyed it, but I put rubber bands like you do when you tie dye. But then I also threw ice and dye on top of it, and that one came out really fun. And this up here too was a
Oh,
different piece that I
that's ice
sewed
dyed
together.
too.
Yeah, I think so. I think I
Wow,
folded it. So we've done all sorts of stuff with it.
that is
Let's
so
see.
wild.
I know it's just fun.
Now
Trying to see.
a special dye or just RIT dye
Um,
work.
no, we use Dharma or Prochem
Okay.
Hmm.
powder dye because heat you need for uh, the other you need heat. You have to microwave that or something. You have to
Oh,
heat
okay.
it up. I think
I
we
see.
don't use that. So
Okay. But it's so cool because just about anybody can do it, right? I mean, it's not
hmm
that hard to do.
it's not hard, not hard at all. The only thing is if you're going to dye linen, like if you want your linen dyed, you must wash it and get whatever linen off,
Okay.
or it won't take the dye.
Hmm.
So
It
all the
won't take the
sizing
dye.
has to come out. Everything has to come out. You have to get back to the raw linen thread.
Yeah.
hmm
Yeah. Now then,
And that shrinks it.
do you size it after? Oh, it shrinks it.
Hmm.
How much? 10, 20%? Crapshoot.
Um, yeah, it just depends.
Yeah.
I because I did Anya's Day. I dyed that myself, and I couldn't get a dark enough color. Well, it splotched, and I realized I hadn't scoured it enough,
Oh.
so I had to re-dye it again. I had to dye it 2 or 3 times to get the color I wanted. It
Mm.
just was a hard time getting it not getting it too dark, but getting a dark enough blue. So it does shrink it a little bit. So I think it was went from a 40 count to a 42 count.
Oh. Oh. So that's not.
Not a lot, but I was careful because I knew I had a 40 count and I didn't want to.
A 60.
I wanted, yeah, I didn't want to have a problem.
Wow, that's so cool.
Yeah, it's fun. It is
Yeah.
fun to do.
Plus, I love just leave it out in a snowstorm and let it happen. That's good.
Why not? Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Oh, that's fun. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So very cool. All right, let's see. Um, looks like a couple people are having trouble, but yeah, everything seems to be in order on this end. So not sure but then
Yeah.
somebody said go out and come back in if you're having trouble. But
Yeah.
we're not. Everything seems to be in order.
Yeah. Yes, you can do Jello and or Kool-Aid, but that's better with roll, and I think you still need to heat it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I like Procyon dyes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Paint with it. Oh yes. In fact, I have a piece. Where is it? Because I was playing with it. We've been playing it at my house. So here's another piece. So I dyed it and I didn't like it. So I took dye thickener and did all sorts of like graffiti work on top of it. And then I've sewn this together. It's a bunch of different squares.
Oh, I like that.
And the black circles are with dye thickener, like a black. And I just played. And then the in between is something that I cut apart, but it was a big piece of fabric that I did jelly printing on a big piece of fabric, and then cut it up.
But
So,
this just gets back to just playing to
Just
see
play.
what'll happen.
Right. And at the time, this was going to be the back of a bag, and then I got this far, and I thought, no, I think I could make a wall hanging out of it. I need to put more stitching on it. So it's now in a whip pile of stuff that needs to get done.
But it's just so cool. Just go play and see what happens, and who
Mm-hmm.
cares? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And what's the worst that could happen? I don't like it. I never do anything else with it. My kids find it and they're like, "What was Mom thinking?" And they throw it away.
And they ask that question a lot, so whatever.
Oh yeah, no. What else is new? Like, another one of Mom's projects.
That's so cool. It's just so cool. Yeah. Yep. Something we learned the other night from Kim.
Oh yeah.
This was an eye opener for me. So I have these two. I see Billy, Bobby, Susie, Eddie. I have these two non-round hoops. These suckers are expensive. Got them from Kim actually, and I got this one for that banding sampler because it doesn't go well in a circular hoop, and it just never would hold. I couldn't. It was like it had a poor fit, and I couldn't understand it. It just was never right, and so we were having and learned that with these, and this is Hardwick Manor hoops. With these, they put a stamp, a number on here, but they overstamp. So to get the fit right, you have to match up those numbers. Didn't know.
Yeah.
So then it was okay. I'm not going to undo all the twill. So then it was all right. Fiddle around, and sure enough, I got a fit. You can see that this fits perfect. And I was having gaps, and it was just driving me nuts. But it's only one way these go, and so that's why I marked right there. So now I know how to put these together when I use them. So now I'm anxious to actually use them, knowing that I'm not going to, because I had like gaps that you could see light through.
Right.
And it was like
I know.
useless. Like, why did I buy these things? And they are expensive. And I'm an idiot. What did I know? So anyway, when you buy them, pay attention to where those numbers are. And so there's another part of this 88 on this one somewhere. Well, it should be right underneath. And then that's the way they go together. So there you go.
Yeah, and I didn't know that either. It was like, wow.
Yeah. So
I didn't know that, but I just did it that way. When I wrapped them, I marked the wrapping so that they matched. So.
But you didn't really know that you should do that. It was just kind of makes sense to you.
Right.
Yeah. So I didn't. I hated them, and it was like, why did I spend all the money on these? Because they're
Yeah,
useless
they're
to
not
me.
cheap.
No, they're not.
They're-
But so anyway, that's your Kim Young Sassy Jack Stitchery tip right there. Yep.
yeah.
Thank you, Kim. Saved it. Oh, and I was going to show. Where's my? I always
Oh.
have. Come on, camera, cooperate. I always have a screwdriver
Mhm.
that I use to tighten these. I'm a big believer in using a screwdriver when you get your thing in there, using a screwdriver to tighten up the hardware. I think it makes a big difference. So I always keep a screwdriver around. This is, these you can get these for a couple bucks at Lowe's or whatever. Change the ends, whatever. Um, but yeah, because rarely can you get it tight enough, I think, with your fingers.
Yeah.
So
I just have to keep them away from when my boys find them, like, oh, where's a screwdriver? Oh, mom has one. There's her
oh,
screwdriver.
and then
So,
it never goes back.
right.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah, and you cannot do that with the cheaper hoops
Right.
because the bracket will bend.
Right. Yeah, I think that's probably one of the real, well, other than just sheer quality, real reasons to buy Hardwick Manor or good quality hoops is this hardware
Hmm.
is heavy duty, and
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
it's not
on
going
there
to
to
bend.
no. And so when you clamp this down, it pulls all the way around. And it makes it tight, especially if you've wrapped it. Yeah, it's worth. Basically, it's worth. I mean, how many hoops? Well, never mind. How many hoops are you going to own in a lifetime? Just no, no. I didn't.
No,
Just
No,
forget
no.
you
we won't
said that.
discuss it.
Delete.
It's like how many scroll frames do we need, Gary?
Yeah, the jury will disregard that. But
Stepping
anyway,
on stuff.
so there's your non-round hoop tip of the night right there.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Thank you, Kim. Yeah, very cool. Learned something. And speaking of scroll
Jan,
frames, oh,
you can use the lock scrolls in hand if they're not too big. This one, this is small, so I can hold this kind of, I can hold this in my hand and stitch on it. But if it's very big, no, you're going to want some kind of support. You don't need a stand. You can sit at a table and put a frame weight on the corner
Hmm.
and then stitch. Uh, or a TV tray works. And you can also use, Gary, have you got a wood clamp handy? I don't have
no,
any in here.
no, I don't use them. No.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I do
Uh,
sometimes, but I don't have
the
one here.
adjustable wood clamps, the little ones are great. If you're stitching someplace that you don't normally stitch or you don't have a stand, uh, just clamp it on the table on the side, and then that will hold your piece flat so you can stitch on it.
Yeah, if you want to see frame rate weight, these what are they called? What are these animals called? What were they?
Beanie
Beanie
Babies.
Babies.
Beanie Babies. These Beanie Babies. If you find one, slit it open, take all the stuffing out, and put heavy beads of some kind in it, and that's a frame weight. Or a
Yep.
sock with
Hmm.
a sock with pennies. Just fill up an athletic sock with pennies. Um, we talked about this on Christmas Day, the show we did on
Yeah.
Christmas Day. If you want to see frame weights in action, Robin Rosignol was using a frame weight in our Christmas Day show, and it's really effective. Somebody
Right.
told me one time, if you're traveling, take a sock, and then at the hotel go out to their landscaping where they have all the stones, fill it up with stones, knot it up somehow or whatever. Use that for a frame weight, and then when you're ready to check out, just dump it back in the thing, and then you're not carrying all that weight. But yeah, you just need something. Yeah.
You can use a Ziploc bag too,
Mm-hmm.
and put rice in it or just something that is heavy enough to support the weight of
Right.
the frame or the lock scrolls or scroll bars, whatever you're using
Yeah.
on the edge of
And
the table.
sometimes if like a Gayan Rogers piece, all the pages you have for the pattern, I just, I pull one page out from the pattern. I have it in like a 3-ring binder, and I put the end of the binder on the end of my frame.
Oh.
That works a perfect frame weight.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've used a bottle of Coke, a full water bottle,
Uh-huh.
just kind of lay it on there and
Yeah.
it holds it.
Yeah. But those wood clamps at Lowe's, Home Depot, whatever, they're cheap. You can get
Yeah.
three for just a few bucks. I mean, and they don't damage your frame or your table. They're made to protect wood.
No.
So
Right.
Right.
oh, inherited. I stole one of my husband's weights. I ain't going anywhere near that, man. That's trouble.
I'm guessing he's not using them too often.
He's going to be looking for that one day, and he's going to spend an hour looking for it. And yeah, gutsy. Okay,
Yep.
I'm out.
Yeah.
We did. Go ahead, Beth.
I was going to say, when you were talking about Kim, did you guys get?
Oh,
No.
what? How'd you get that? You had that?
Yeah, because I'm special. No, it's her loyalty club now. Instead of,
Oh.
Oh, I forgot to join the loyalty club.
well, you better. I won't show you the back because it has a password, but it has numbers on the back, inches. Like the first little hole here is 2 inches. This is 2.5, and this is 3. So you can measure your corners. Then it has so you can put your floss. And then I love this little magnet here. That was brilliant. Whatever that magnet is, there it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I forgot to join the loyalty club. Now I'm feeling left out here.
Oh, you need to
Yeah, me
join the
too.
loyalty club.
That hurts. That's cool. So there's a magnet, and then the 3-inch thing is on the other side. Then.
Right. And it's nice. It's not too heavy. It's a nice lightweight, but yeah. So anyway, you need one of these, Gary.
You're too cool for the room, Beth. Let's just
I know.
understood. Okay, now I know I don't have one. I didn't join the cool kids club.
You not to enjoy the cool kids. You need to. Deb and I are part of the cool kids.
It's so hard to keep up. It's just so hard.
I know.
And I remember when she introduced that, and I was going to join, and then I just forgot. So, all right.
Yeah.
Two things have cost me money tonight already. Mm-hmm.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Thanks. Thanks a ton. Yeah.
I'm here for you. I'm here for you.
Oh, I feel the warmth. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do some sassy shopping. That's right, Sharon.
Yeah.
Go nuts.
Yeah, because she does have some charts that go along with it too. She posted those. If you're part of the Cool Kids Club, you got to be the club. But yeah, there you go.
Oh, Kendra, really? Seriously? That whole thing died like months ago. that was like a 60-day fun thing, and then it just blew up.
No, we're done. Yeah.
I am
Besides that was only for 2023, right?
Right.
That's right. It's 2024. It's a whole new year.
Right.
And then it only lasted. Well, yeah.
We won't discuss that.
And since then, it's just been all out. Yeah.
Just give them your credit card.
It was a nice memory. Mm-hmm. Interesting thing.
A worthy effort.
Interesting thing. I always count, like when I set up this one, and it's all serged on the edges and all squared off and ironed and everything.
Oh yeah, very pretty, very pretty.
I always mark the center and then the top center and then the top left, just because I have to. But I had, when I cut the linen, I had measured a 3-inch margin on all sides, and when I got done and found the corner, I thought I checked to see if I had 3 top and side. Spot on, perfect. Spot on, perfect. So I'll show you the back side of mine because it's a non-sponsor piece because I need to join the Cool Kids Club. But I could have, when I got all done, instead of that half hour I spent counting threads, I could have simply laid this on the
Right.
on the corner of the fabric and marked the hole, and I'd have been same spot. So
Yep.
Yeah.
works. It works.
Nice. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
She used to put cards in that were 3 inches square with the ruler on them,
Yeah.
and she's not doing that anymore
No.
when you buy something.
Right.
But we kind of stole her idea for the blue ribbon ANG, and we had business cards made, and I don't know where they are.
Oh, so business cards that do the same thing.
Yes, they are 3 inches square. They have our logo and the ruler on the front, and on the back there are QR codes for our website and our Facebook page.
Oh.
Oh,
And
nice.
we've given them to all of our members, but we also, when we teach a class, we put them in the kit
Oh.
and show
That's
people how to
nice.
use them.
With business card stock.
It's business. In fact, the place that did them for us called them business cards. Let me see if I can find them real quick.
Yeah, that'd be cool to see. Yeah.
That'd be nice.
And
That'd
what's
be
the
nice.
name of the Cool Kids Club again, Beth?
The Loyalty Club, I do believe.
Sassy Jacks Loyalty Club.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I need you to be part of the Cool Kids.
Well, as soon as we get done here tonight.
Hmm.
Sassy Jacks Loyalty Club. Now, is there a decoder ring with that?
Yeah.
Is there? Of course there is.
On the back of but I can't show you the back of it.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
there's something on the back.
Because that's the club part. Okay.
Yes.
Man, I am really feeling like I missed the boat here. Mm-hmm.
I know, and it's pretty. It's got it feels nice. You'll get yours eventually,
Yeah, okay.
Mr.
Just can't, yeah.
Can't keep up with us, you know.
I can't.
Yes,
Can't.
I know.
Cindy's
I know.
Cindy's still looking for
Still looking. Her cards. Yeah, that's a great idea though to put, because we made business cards for our guild, but we just made regular business cards. So customer loyalty
club.
Oh, I think, Sandy, I think she's getting ready to start that back up again. You can send her an email. I think she's kind of trying to get into her shop, so I think that's her big push.
Sign up.
Right, Kim?
On the website.
Sign up. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you will. Join the club and you will.
And you'll have a big stash.
I'm really annoyed with myself now.
Yeah.
Nope.
Large fiber talk needle minder is 2 inches. I just measured it. Didn't plan that, but that's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
Can't find them.
Can't find them? Okay. Working on, oh, good. Kim, do we have to renew the Cosmo Club? Or is that still ongoing? Not now that I'm learning all the things I've missed out on, I want to get in on all the things. So
all the cool kid things.
Yeah. Yeah. So lock scroll scroll bars. Artisan design. We did Cindy and I did a show where I opened the box when I ordered their deluxe kit. And we've learned some things since then. Like the design, it's, we're not quarreling with the design, but I put Beloved on the, no, that's what I'm sorting through. Oh, okay. All right, so if we're a member of the club, we got to keep our eyes and ears open. If you're not, then sign up and she'll take care of you. Got it. So I put Beloved last night on my Artisan Design lock scroll. I'll be billing the old group and shipping old and new this week. Okay. I love the way I read this as if everybody else can't read it.
Right.
Well, then I don't have to look up and read it.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Beth.
Yeah.
Good cover. Thanks, Beth. I feel a little bit better. I don't feel like such an idiot. Um, so I put Beloved on the 24-inch rods last night and clamped them down, and I could not get the center. The center was all floppy, and I have to have it drum tight. I want it tight across the board. So it was all floppy. And so I tightened it some more, and that just made it worse because the center got even looser. And then about a quarter of the way in on each side, then it started getting loose. Then I looked down the end of the scroll rod. The rods were bowing in toward the center. So it was never going to be good. So I wrote to Robert at Artisan and asked him if maybe I got a weak rods. But then we were talking before the show, and Cindy said on their website they talk about they can't get some birch wood from Russia anymore. Is that right, Cindy?
Yeah, it was a casualty of a lawsuit or tariffs or something like that. I'm not sure what it is, but it's not available anymore.
So they've had to go to another wood. I don't know what this wood is. It looks like poplar to me, but I'm not sure. And Cindy has not had it. She's been very happy with hers. And Beth doesn't keep hers as tight, so she doesn't worry about it. But it looks like that this new wood, at least for me, is just not stiff enough. Because I put it on my Millennium frame afterwards. I took it off of here and put it on my Millennium frame and tightened it down, and it did exactly what it always does, which is just absolutely drum tight, bounce a quarter all the way across. So I wrote to see, and he probably is just tearing his hair out because there's not much he can do about it. But what I'm going to do, and I'll let you know, what I'm going to do, actually, in the podcast Beth and I do next Wednesday, I'll try to have a report. I'm going to go to Lowe's or Home Depot, and I'm going to buy some steel stock. I'm pretty sure I can get steel bar stock flat that will fit in this groove. And I'm going to try it with steel to see if the steel in the slot that holds the fabric will stiffen this up and not let it sag. And if that's the case, then problem solved. Because I like these little suckers. I mean, and the kit is 3 different lengths, and and they're quick load and an easy way to have projects. Multiple projects going without taking up a bunch of space. So I really like them. So anyway, that's the update on the show that Cindy and I did where we unboxed it and took it out. But these just sagged too much. I couldn't use them. So I'm going to try the steel bar trick and see if that works, and we'll go from there. I'll let you know. Yeah. You were going to say something, Cindy?
No, I was just reading the comments. Kathy said she had the same issue with Rollaframe.
Oh.
So Inherited was going to try Rollaframe, but now she's going to give that a pass too.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Well, and
Yeah.
you said your Millennium worked the best, and I've got to say, I think I've got Jane Turner on mine.
Yeah. But see,
And
look at it. I mean, I think that's oak, and it's an 1.25 inch thick diameter rod. I mean, those things you could soak them in water for a week and stand on them, and they still won't bend. I mean, they're just not going to give.
right. Well,
And,
and speaking of which, what are the slate frames we got from Jen Eden Christie?
oh yeah. Oh, okay. All right. So slate frames. All right. Let me set this up, and then you show the slate frame. Where'd I put that? All right. So initially we got Artisan or Access Commodity slate frames.
Mm-hmm.
And when Kathy Andrews helped us, when she, all right, I'll take the hit. I'll take the hit because I know it's
I was
coming.
going to say,
When Kathy Andrews laced up my slate frame while Beth watched and didn't get hers laced up. Yeah.
I did my own. I had to do
did
my
her
own.
Yeah. And when Kathy Andrews did mine for me, Thank
Mm-hmm.
you, Kathy. Oh, and Kathy, clear bill of health on her latest cancer battle, so she's off and running
Oh,
again.
good.
So prayers
Yeah.
work there. So anyway, Kathy, I think threw up in her mouth when she saw these slate frames. I think she did, because she just went, oh, and then
Yeah.
she made it work. And so these are the slate frames. So then Beth found a source or a way to get Jenny Aiden Christie slate frames. Go Beth, holy smokes.
All right. Mine are just still here like this. But look at that. I mean, they are thick.
Wow.
And look at the hole in there. Look at they don't feel too heavy, but they're fairly heavy.
They're heavy.
And look how wide these bars are. These are not going to bow. Like I could see Gary's are kind of like,
Yeah. Well,
but look
yeah,
at that.
here. I mean, look at this. Look at
I
this.
mean,
You can take this,
mhm.
that
Yeah.
like that. You can
Right.
because it's loose. But then here, mine are all separated, so I'll show.
Yeah.
Look,
I just don't want to lose anything.
Look how that cross piece fits.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I mean, these
Yeah.
are thick. These are thick pieces of wood. These are not going anywhere. So now we know why Kathy.
Yeah.
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 But look, there's the difference.
Yeah. There is a huge difference. And they're just a piece of their art. I mean, there's something, this is like if you can pass these down to people. I mean, these are going to work forever.
So that's why when you see Jenny Aiden Christie's video on how to set up a slate frame, and she stands up when she goes to tension it, she stands up and just leans on that thing with all of her might and pushes it down. Well, these can stand it. These can take it. So if you want to get good slate frames that are going to last forever, I mean they're not going anywhere. Jenny Aiden Christie is the place to go.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think, if she doesn't have them, it's worth waiting for when she gets them in.
Yeah. Was it her dad that makes them?
Or brother.
Some family member, yeah.
Yeah, cousin. Who knows? But yeah, these are, I mean, they're beautiful. They're just beautiful.
Yep.
Yeah, and they like this. I can see the wood here. Where is it? Where is that little? Over here, it has kind of some sort of like he stained it different or something. There's a little difference in there. Anyway, in the wood, or it's the way the stain hit it, but it's not a split. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
it may just be the grain is a little different.
Well, actually, it's darker, and I can see inside, and he might have put something in to stabilize it or something. But I mean, you could tell it's not going to split. I don't know. It's beautiful.
So Beth and I got these are 18-inch.
These are 18-inch.
So the 18-inch is the length of the twill, because that's what you sew your pieces. So these are 18-inch, and then once we saw them, Beth ordered for both of us the 24-inch because, yeah. Yeah. So those are on their way at some point. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, if you want to do slate frames, it's once again, you get what you pay for, and yeah, you pay a chunk of money for these things, but 20
You're going
years
to
from
keep them
now,
forever.
yeah, 20 years from now, that money divided over 20 years, who cares?
Right. Right. And you I do have a crewel piece I'd like to put on it that I started that I've never finished, and that would be good instead of doing it in a hoop, which is what I originally started it on.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm gonna, this is Kathy's King's pineapple here that Kathy put on this slate frame for me. Yeah, it was very nice of her to do that.
Yeah, very nice. Wait, and mine. No, mine isn't here anymore. Maybe I took it downstairs.
But I have to say, if you've never stitched on them, and this is the first time I've stitched on a slate frame, holy smokes, this is, I mean, you could literally play drums in a rock band on that. I mean, it's
hmm
yeah, it's
hmm
wonderful. So
Yeah.
I'll be using slate frames more. Yeah, takes a while to
Yeah.
set up. Took a while for Kathy to set it up for me,
Yeah.
but
But once you get it set up, it's done. I mean, yeah, you're
yeah,
technically supposed to loosen it up when you're not working on them, but
yeah.
Yeah.
When was that? When was that we did that? What month?
July.
It's July. So okay. So yeah, loosen up. So July. I stitched on this obviously, but I haven't loosened it or anything. And I mean, you can tell it's not giving
hmm
at all. Now, when I go
Right.
to stitch on this again, I will tighten all these up because these will stand a little tightening, but it hasn't given a bit. I mean, that's,
Mhm.
and that's top
Yeah.
to bottom, side to side. It is tight. Yeah, it's cool.
Nice.
So,
Nice.
yep. So whoever it was asked about, not one more thing. Beth and I,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
But it's a tool we needed.
Say that again, just for emphasis. Just for
A
emphasis.
tool we needed. A
I
tool
like
we
that.
needed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Need.
Needed.
Neat.
Not want,
Need.
need.
Yes. Yes.
uh, yep, need.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, now
Absolutely.
I did a bad thing. Hang on here just a second. Let
Uh
me.
oh.
No, it's okay. Because I want to. I finished Sarah Parr, and so I wanted to show that.
Oh, good.
And but now I didn't set up the thing here, so hang on just a second.
Yeah. Yeah. We got to see Sarah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Look at him. Got to finish and everything in 2024.
I know. All right, I'm not going to mess around with the cameras tonight because it'll take a minute to set it up. So last night I finished Sarah Parr. Finally. So I'll just stay back here a ways. So there it is.
Isn't that
Oh, wow.
gorgeous?
Worked out great.
Beautiful.
Thanks. Really pleased with
And he loves Silk Moire.
it. Never again.
Uh,
But yeah, so that really pleased to have that done. That's been sitting around a long time. Been picking at it, and over the Christmas holidays, I just pounded on it. Literally pounded
mhm.
on it. Let me
Job.
just tell you.
So you guys do you have a local framer or you take it to?
Yeah, yeah. It's pretty expensive. It's one of those art framers. Does a beautiful job, but it's something that I want to give to our daughter that she'll keep for, I hope, a long, long time. So we're going to spend the money and have
Right.
it.
Right.
Well,
Okay. So are you?
it deserves it. You
So,
put a lot
hmm
of time and effort into it. It deserves to be finished nicely.
well, thanks. Yeah, yeah. We
Yeah.
just
And
decided to go for it.
Hmm.
are you going to put a photo of yourself on the back or in like an envelope? I
Yeah,
know we kind of discussed. Kim kind of suggested that.
yeah. I thought she had a good idea. Yeah, I thought I'd write a little something to Sarah and a photo
Hmm.
holding this up once we get it framed, and put that on there. And then I'm going to put one of Kim's stickers on the back that ships out with everything, where you
Hmm.
can put the details. I forgot long ago forgotten uh, the cloth, the fabric. I don't. It's 40 count something. I don't know. I've long ago forgotten. But anyway, so she sends these stickers out. So I'm going to put that on the back and figure out some way to. I don't know where I put the chart, but anyway, to tell the story of this Sarah Parr from 1825 from York in England, so that she'll have kind of a package. Yeah, I thought that was a good idea, kind of a
Oh,
whole
yeah.
hmm
thing. So um,
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good
Hmm.
idea.
so I think we'll fix it up. Yeah, and then I took like it. It's Sarah. And the reason I did this for anyone who hasn't heard the story is our daughter's maiden name is Sarah Parr, and especially in old times, you didn't always see the H. And So that's what attracted me. So I did that, and then I put on the bottom my name and January 2024, just small, just so that it would be.
Wait, can you put it just you so I can see? What did you?
Yeah,
I can
see,
see it. I can't read it, but I can see it.
yeah. I didn't want it to stand out. I just,
Okay, yeah. Okay, yep. I see. I see how you did it. Okay,
yeah, I just
yeah.
wanted something there. But
Because I'm working on Susan Schlichter, and I'm close to being done. And I'm thinking, well, where am I going to put my initials? Where should I put where I'm going to put? And I'm just kind of thinking about that.
yeah, well, I
Oh
just
yeah,
hid it down there because then I thought even if it got hid by the by a mat, if we use a mat, at least it'll be there. And
right.
I didn't want it in the design. I just didn't seem like it would fit there. Some samplers, to me, you can fit it in and it won't matter, but you can fit your initials or whatever into the
Yeah.
design, and I think it works. But on this one, I just didn't feel it would. So,
Um,
Hmm.
Sue suggested you put your start and finish dates if you know on the back.
I know the finish. I have no idea when I started. I have no idea when I started. I mean, it's been put away. It's been stored away for lengths of time more than once. So I have no idea when I started it.
Well,
Long time ago.
and I think that's what's nice about. Now I've done what Cindy's done, where she has like a notebook,
Yeah.
and I normally write down when I start it, any information I want to know, and I put it in that notebook. Mine isn't as neat as Cindy's is. It's kind of spastic like I am, but I do have one that's similar to that where um, like I'll write the page numbers. I wrote all the pages in there, right? And then when I did Elizabeth,
Yeah.
yeah, it's in there when I started it, when I stopped, if I had a problem, why I didn't. Someone, in fact, asked about Portafett. Portafett is still in timeout. I've made a huge mistake in one of the motifs, and I've got a rip on 5263, and
Oh
it
no.
is
Yuck.
waiting for me.
Yuck.
I know, and I got to finish that this year.
But
But
yeah,
anyway,
I'm with you, Beth. I'm following Cindy's lead too, and I've actually been making some notes on a post-it note that I'm gonna figure out some book or something to transfer it in and start keeping track, just because these questions come up, and
Hmm.
yeah,
and you
and
might want
there's
to know, if you change a color, which is something I do all the time.
yeah,
Well, what did
And
I
I've done
change it
that
to?
on this one. You can see I crossed some out,
oh
and
yeah,
I have
Mm-hmm.
check marks on other things because I've changed the colors as I went along.
mm-hmm,
And I added the new ones are down here at the bottom,
yeah,
right here.
Yeah.
yep,
So I just use an old composition notebook, Gary,
uh-huh,
Sure.
that
Hmm.
I wrote all the numbers on the bottom of the page. Just one day, and then put my index, and then I write. So each year I write the whips that I'm working on, and then the page that whip is on is in that notebook, and I flip back. So it might be page 52, it might be page 130, but it's always the same page for that whip,
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
and I just mark it.
I was thinking about that too, that I really ought to number the pages and do an index
Hmm.
instead of flipping through all of my little post-it note things like I do
Yeah, no, no, yeah.
to
Put it.
to
Put.
find
Someone
whatever
told me to do that.
project. I've got too many.
yeah.
Yeah,
You do have a load there. That's a load.
yeah. It doesn't take that long to number the pages.
Yeah.
Just take a hot minute, and number them, and then write that page number. And then when I start a new project, it obviously gets a new page, and
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. No,
someplace.
I'm with you, Beth. I'm following Cindy's lead on this because here, I finished half the stuff. I mean, it's just been so long, I don't remember.
Yeah.
Um,
Just get
Hmm.
a little an
Right.
inexpensive spiral notebook or a composition notebook, or you
yeah,
know, it doesn't have to be anything special. I just happen to have one of these kind of hard bound journals
Mm-hmm.
that,
Yeah.
and I like it because it's spiral and I can, lay it flat or fold it in half or whatever.
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's worth it. You don't think of it at the time, then later it's worth it. Because, somebody, was it Lynn Hensel? Somebody wrote to me that she's going to do Sarah Parr. So she got the chart, and then she was wondering what cloth I used and threads, and that you need extra skeins of a couple of colors beyond what's charted. And
Mm-hmm.
it was just one of those, oh man, I wish I'd written everything down because then I could really help her. And so I could help her with everything but the cloth because I knew it was 40 count and that was it. I don't even know, I don't know where I got it. I have no idea. So yeah, it's worth it to write these things down. And I mean, I started that on Beloved. I just started a post-it note, but now I'm going to get a notebook or something and
Mm-hmm.
start because yeah, I'd already forgotten what the ground cloth is. So yeah,
Yeah.
because it doesn't once you
Yeah.
start stitching, it doesn't matter to you, but then somebody asks, and it's like, oh,
Right.
geez, yeah,
Right. 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 Or you like what you've stitched on, and you're like, oh, I want to use this again.
right, yeah.
I have
What
another
was that?
project that I want. What was that?
Uh,
Right.
yeah, yes, Vanessa. Yeah, I saw Teresa had come out with another one. She did one a while back, and I
Yeah.
bought it for like $30. But I saw that she did one where yeah, she does an excellent job with those things. Yeah, if you want to do that that route, because that first one I bought it. Boy, that is really thorough, really good. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
all electronic. Yep, Freestyle Journal, $10 at Walgreens. Yeah. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so all ways to do it. Vicky, no, because I started it. No,
To go.
I don't even know what I did with the chart. Oh, here it is. 2007 is the chart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. He doesn't
Anyway,
want to go back and watch all the videos either.
no,
No.
no. We're just going to start doing it right now. All right,
Yeah.
we need to wrap up, but I wanted to get one more thing in here tonight. We're going to save washi paper for another time. It was instructive. Yvette Stanton posted today about the Frixion pens,
Mm-hmm.
and somebody had written to the Frixion manufacturer because their piece got in direct sunlight, and then all the lines that they thought were gone showed up as brown. And so this is the response from the manufacturer. It's not because the ink has recoloring, like because it's supposed to disappear, but because direct sunlight has hit the area where the writing was done with Frixion, causing the transparent ink to deteriorate and turn brown under UV light. Frixion ink is only transparent to begin with, but is not completely erased. The ink remains on the spot. This is why I hate writing on ground cloth. So anyway, it got in ultraviolet light and turned brown. So now this person has this brown markings on their piece, and I'm sure they won't come out because the ink's not going to come out. Now it's turned brown.
Right.
So Yvette posted that, and then she posted, this is what she uses and what she sells and recommends. This is a ceramic, they're like 12 or $13. This is a
Mm-hmm.
ceramic marking Soline fabric pencil. You can get it in white or black from what I could see.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And that will come out. You can erase
Yes.
that, but you can mark it, and it will literally leave your fabric, so you don't have any chance of it showing up later. So I wanted to get that out there so that if you want something to mark your fabric with, and you want to make sure something doesn't show up later, this is what Yvette Stanton uses. And I went to Amazon. I don't know if Kim carries these or can get them, but anyway,
Quilt shops carry them.
okay.
Joann's might also carry it, but you might look in the quilting section because quilters use them a lot.
Okay. Have you used it, Cindy?
Yeah,
Okay.
you know, we that was, so it matter if it comes back. Your needlework should cover it.
Start that over again, Cindy, because your sound cut out.
Oh, you should cover your stitching.
It's gone haywire.
I don't know
Yeah,
what's
because
going
I
on.
can't hear it either. Yep.
All of a sudden,
Yeah, I had that with Beth a time or two. She kind of cut out.
oh,
Now,
yeah,
am I okay?
I think so now.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if I wouldn't use really much of any kind of marking like a pencil or a pen if I wasn't going to completely cover it with the stitching.
Yeah.
Mm.
If you aren't going to cover it, you're better off using thread and outlining your design with thread that you can remove.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Sandy P said the same thing in sewing clothing.
Oh,
You
okay.
use thread to mark things.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. Because for me, if you use pencil, and I have a pencil that's number 4H, but even if you use this, to me, if I'm stitching with white thread, it's going to pick up that graphite and discolor the white thread, and I don't want that. So yeah. So anyway, Yvette posted that, and it's readily. I mean, she sells them, but she's in Australia. But anyway, I just thought it was worth putting out there for anybody who's looking for something that they know they can mark and that it can be erased. There's an eraser apparently on it that you can erase it. But anyway, it will come off and it's not embedded. Because I can't imagine having a piece you've finished and all of a sudden you have these brown markings showing up. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Stop.
so depressing.
Yeah, no kidding. I just cry.
Mhm.
I just cry.
Yeah.
Okay, send your emails for the drawing right away. Gary at WeTalkFiber.com. One for the Avlia charts and one for the counted canvas, or just one or the other or both, but do not enter more than once in each. And we'll do the drawing after that. We are all going to go to SassyJacksStitchery.com immediately and join the Sassy Jacks Customer Club so we can all have the cool things that Beth has.
Of course.
That's what. And then Debbie Rowley's tribute piece, apparently, if you do counted canvas, we need to check that out. So there we go. All right. Cindy's internet is getting tired.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, for whatever reason. I don't know. All right, we're out, folks. Check out the podcast Sunday. Beth and I will be back next Wednesday with a podcast. Thanks for joining us. Hope we spent some of your money. Bye.